During the 1980s, Dale Murphy was one of the best players in Major League Baseball. The former Rocky is in Grand Junction this week for the Triple Crown World Series, participating in his new favorite pastime, watching his sons play the game that he loves. Jeremiah Jensen has the story.
During the 1980s, Dale Murphy was one of the best power hitters in the game. He won back-to-back MVP awards in 1982 and 83, 5 Gold Gloves, and made 7 All-Star appearances during his 18-year career. Now in retirement, he spends his time in the stands.
I miss playing, but one of the things that makes me happy about being retired is I get to see the kids play and get to go to their games, so it's fun.
Dale is in Grand Junction this week to watch his 17-year-old son Taylor and 15-year-old son Jacob participate in the Triple Crown World Series.
It's great competition. It helps them increase their skills, and it's just a great way to end the summer.
The brothers will face stiff competition from around the country, but they spend plenty of time competing with each other back home in Utah.
That's got to be a lot of fun for you guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play with each other and still compete against each other. We play similar positions, so it's a pretty tough competition.
Yeah, sometimes if he does better than me, we'll want to beat each other up or whatever, but we're usually just happy for each other, whatever happens.
Being the son of a baseball legend isn't easy, but Taylor and Jacob have handled it well.
You ever get any garbage, like, oh, you're Dale Murphy's son, oh, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that. Do you get tired of that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah, it gets a little old, but it comes with the territory, I guess. Just naturally went there. He didn't try and teach us the way he played, just how we wanted to.
And he teaches me a lot by not putting too much pressure on me and stuff, just letting the coaches do what they need to do, and then whatever he needs to fix, he'll do it at our house or whatever.
They handle it well. They don't, it doesn't really seem to I don't think they think about it too much. I'm just, a dad, and I don't know what to tell them on ground balls. I never could catch a ground ball, but if I see something that I think will be helpful, I certainly, want to help out.
As impressive as Dale was on the field, he's best known for his character off the field, something he's passing on to his sons.
What's the most important thing your dad's taught you?
I guess just to carry yourself like a ball player and be a good sport to others.
Be a good sport and have fun when you're playing baseball.
They love to play, and I just want to encourage them. As long as they're enjoying it, I'm happy for them.
Jeremiah Jensen, 11 Sports.
You can see this story and others on our website at NBC11news.com, brought to you by Cowboy Corral Kia. And the Triple Crown World Series is being played all week at fields around the Grand Valley, and we'll have some. It's not often that we get a 2-time Major League Baseball MVP on the Sideline Showcase, so this week we have a special 2-part conversation with the great Dale Murphy. Here's part 1 of Jeremiah Jensen's Sideline Showcase.
Welcome to the Sideline Showcase. One of the most feared hitters in the 1980s is here in Grand Junction watching his sons play in the Triple Crown World Series. Former Colorado Rocky Dale Murphy joins us this week. A lot of baseball fans have been wondering, what have you been doing since you retired from the Rockies for the last 12 years?
Been watching a lot of kids play baseball. No, we moved to Utah. We live in Alpine, Utah now. I do a little speaking, got a little business I'm involved in, and mostly, I'm not involved in baseball full-time, professional baseball, or with the Braves or anything, but I get back there a couple times a year and enjoying seeing the people there, and just thankful for the chance to be at home more now than when I was playing. So, staying busy.
It's been an interesting year in Major League Baseball. Of course, the steroid controversy, and I know that you love the game very much. How hard was it for you to watch that unfold?
Yeah, it's kind of painful, but sometimes when things like that happen, it's for the good, and I think hopefully we can get something good out of it, get some stricter testing and awareness. I just like to
or any other player
take care of it and do all that we can, because it's not good for the game. The players or the young guys trying to make it, thinking they have to take that stuff. They don't have to take it. To be successful, and I think we've just sent the wrong message. So I'm kind of, in some ways, I'm glad it's out in the open, and maybe we can address it and make some progress.
Each year the Hall of Fame balloting comes up, your name's always mentioned. You don't quite get enough votes. Do you wish that whole thing would kind of go away, or what's your take on that?
Well, it's really hard to get into. I realize that, and I understand that, and I'm grateful for people that feel I'm deserving. I understand where I'm at. I'm kind of on the fence on some things. I don't have some of the main benchmark numbers, But you know, I don't really think about it too much, except you know, every year when the voting does come around, I usually get a few phone calls. But it's not on my mind that much. I'm thankful to be considered, but I know it's tough to get into, and that's the way it should be.
You can see this story and others on our website. Just go to NBC11news.com and then click on Sports, brought to you by Cowboy Corral Kia. Tomorrow night, of course, part 2, and that includes the quick takes.
Okay, and what else does he talk about? Any idea?
Well, he talks about what he misses most about the game of baseball, and then I don't want to spoil the quick takes, but there's some good stuff.
He was a very, very good player when they had Bob Horner and him for the Braves. Too bad the Braves pitching was so bad in the 80s, it was non-existent.
He played on a lot of bad teams.
And it's lucky.
Last night we had part 1 of our sideline showcase with Major League Baseball great Dale Murphy. And tonight, Jeremiah Jensen brings us part 2 of our conversation with the former Atlanta Brave and Colorado Rocky.
Oh, I think what most guys would say is you just miss, you know, being around your teammates. It's a fun thing to be involved in, and it's very challenging. And but being around guys that kind of have the same goal and trying to help each other, and you know, you just miss that camaraderie, and just being around the ballpark. You know, whenever I get around the ballpark, it's makes me think about some good days of playing ball.
All right, Dale, enough serious questions. It's time to have a little fun. Something we call quick takes. We ask you a quick question, we get a quick response. Let's see how you do. Ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Which Dale Murphy was better, 1982 Dale Murphy, 1983 Dale Murphy, or 1987 Dale Murphy?
1983.
Really?
Yeah, it was the only year I hit 300, as I remember, and so that's what I remember.
What's more difficult, serving a 3-year LDS church mission in Boston, or playing in front of Philadelphia fans?
I'd have to say being a mission president in Boston. That was one of the most challenging things I've ever done, but you're very observant. Running a close second is playing in Philadelphia.
I know them very well myself. In your opinion, who's the best all-around player in the game right now?
Oh, I'd have to, right off the top of my head, I'd go with Alex Rodriguez. Guy plays infield and hits for power and average and does everything. So that's the first name that comes to my mind, but I think if you give me a few minutes, I can come up with some others, but that's what I think of, Alex Rodriguez.
Your favorite manager, Joe Torre or Chuck Tanner?
Oh, that's not fair I've always shied away from saying who my favorites were, but I love Chuck, and he was great. Bobby Cox gave me a chance to stay in the big leagues in the late 70s, but I had my best years under Joe. He really helped me, and he and I really related as far as hitting was concerned. So, you know, I was grateful for the chance to play for Joe.
True or false, Derek Lee will win the Triple Crown this year?
You know, not knowing exactly where he is, my first impression is false. It's just too tough to do, but I don't know where he's at. I know. Obviously, he's leading, but I don't know how close he is in the other categories. But that's an awful tough thing to do. So I'd have to say false.
He's leading all 3 right now, but we'll see. Finally, last question: your pick to win the World Series this October?
Atlanta Braves.
You're a homer. I love it.
That's
I love
an easy
it.
one.
All right, Dale, it's been a pleasure.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time, and hope you had fun in Grand Junction.
Thank you. It's been great. Thank you.
All right, Ricky, back to you.
And you can see this story and others on our website, NBC11news.com, and then click on Sports, brought to you by